Dan Muse, that is, as their new head coach. He was an assistant with the Rangers. He was an assistant in Nashville. He coached in college. He's been involved in USA hockey. I would call this a surprise hire. Would you, Bob? I mean, I did not see this name out there.
Surprise from the standpoint that nobody seemed to mention his name. At least I haven't seen his name.
Right.
So, Josh Yohe's always on top of this kind of stuff, or anybody nationally even. Nobody's said Dan Muse, but they kept a pretty good secret there and went after him, talked to him, obviously multiple times. And he fits exactly what Kyle Dubas is looking for. He's had experience in the college level. He's been an assistant. He's gone through it all. Penalty killing seems to be one of his strengths. He coached that unit in Nashville. So we'll see.
Well, you're exactly right. I think his time developing players at those different levels, including, I would imagine, the under-18 national team is what might have attracted him to Dubas or Dubas to him. The statement from Dubas says, ultimately, Dan Muse stood out as the best choice. What separated Dan was his ability to develop players, win at all levels where he's been a head coach, and his consistent success coaching special teams in the NHL. You're exactly right. So he's been in the U.S. national team developmental program. Rutger McGroarty was one of his players, Bob, there. He won a title in the U.S. Hockey League, as I mentioned. So he's been around, he's put in the time. And, whenever somebody hires a coach, it's like, I have no idea.
You can't make judgments.
Is Mike Tomlin going to be a good coach? Right. He was a defensive coordinator for 1 year in Minnesota. That turned out pretty well in the early going for sure. And you could say overall, Mike Sullivan, I don't know. Is that going to work out? They just promoted him from Wilkes-Barre. He was fired in his only other job in Boston. It worked out. So guys we've never heard of work out. Guys who have been around for a long time, who are the big names, Mike Babcock, don't work out. Things like that, right? You just never know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a judgment. I know the guy has experience of what they're looking for. He spent time in every level here, from the under-18 league all the way up to coaching in college ranks, and now, 20 years of experience. And sometimes that's, Kyle Dubas, that's his job. He's got to find the guy who he thinks most fits what they need. So,
yeah, it's on Dubas. It's his show now, from, the lowest part of the roster to the minor leagues to now the head coach. It's his show. And this is going to take time, obviously, to know if this guy is the right guy. The only thing I know about this man for sure right now, Bob, is that he's the spitting image of Joe Block.
Oh, the Calliopes can be heard from here to Sewickley.
I mean, have you seen the photos? It's unbelievable.
Especially when he wears glasses.
It's uncanny.
Yeah. They say that everybody out there has a twin or somebody who looks just like you somewhere in this world.
Yes.
Do you want to meet the next Joe Starkey, the other Joe Starkey?
I wouldn't mind, yeah.
Do you think he would have the same sort of idiosyncrasies that you have?
I hope not, for his sake, yes.
Does he yelp the way you would have? If he yelps that way, then it's more than that. It must be your clone.